Good morning, parents and visitors, and welcome to Catonsville Elementary School. We're so glad you decided to join us this morning for American Education Week, and we know you can't wait to go up and see the children in the classrooms. But first, we've created a little presentation for you to show how things have changed in the classroom over the last 20, 15, even 10 years. Today, we wanted to highlight some of the ways that we here at CES are working to make learning rigorous for all students in the 21st century classroom. A major focus of Baltimore County Public Schools has been the learner-centered environment, and we here at CES have fully embraced and implemented the concepts related to this shift. The learner-centered environment emphasizes a variety of different types of teaching methods that shifts the role of the instructors from givers of information to facilitating student learning. Basically, it focuses on three major components of the classroom: teacher, student, and the space. When we looked at these three components of the classroom, we asked ourselves three driving questions. What teacher behaviors contribute to a learner-centered environment? How does the physical space reflect student input and facilitate a learner-centered environment? And how are students acquiring, developing, using, or producing knowledge, information, and skills? In the traditional classroom, and when many of us were in school, learning was centered around the teacher. The teacher was standing in the front of the room, the desks were arranged in rows, and all the students remained quiet and sat still during class while instruction was being delivered. While this type of classroom worked for the time, like I said, there's a shift, and times have changed. In today's classrooms here at Catonsville, in the learner-centered classrooms, the teacher is often working with small groups, facilitating collaboration, and sometimes even still teaching to the whole group in the front of the room. The physical space is often divided into many smaller areas where students can feel comfortable to work independently, with a partner or small group, or with the teacher. The students are interacting with their classmates, exploring new ideas and concepts, asking questions, and taking ownership in their learning. Today, as you move about our building, we'd like you to take note of some of these shifts. As you came in today, you were given a scavenger hunt paper. We are very excited to announce that we will be raffling off a Kindle Fire to one family at the end of this week. Yes, it's really a brand new Kindle Fire, still in the packaging, fresh from Amazon. But it won't be easy. As your children are working hard in their classrooms today, we wanted to give you some work as well. On your scavenger hunt, you'll see 3 identified areas. Do they look familiar? I sure hope they do. There's some great things happening in classrooms, and we're hoping that you see some of them today. When you're in the classrooms, we invite you to take a look at the teacher portion of the learning-centered environment. Look at the 6 identified areas of how teaching may look a little different. So some items we want you to be on the hunt for are small group rotations, out-of-the-box questions, menus with choices of activities for students, real-life applications being taught, teachers working with small groups, and giving feedback to students. Here's why that's so important.
One thing I really like is how we're allowed to get in activities. Teachers don't sit there and go blah, blah, blah all day. We're allowed to give our ideas, brainstorm. We're also allowed to get active in activities and stuff.
In addition to taking a look at our teachers, we invite you to look at our students and how they engage in our learner-centered environment. We're hoping that you'll be able to see our students using math manipulatives for hands-on exploration, working independently in quiet areas of the room, diligently typing away on our beautiful computers, investigating new concepts and ideas, even getting a little hands-on in gym, collaborating with other students in small groups, and actively engaging with the teacher. Probably one of the most obvious changes in today's classroom is the environment, starting with the noise level.
Guys, you should be talking in case they don't know.
Yeah.
You should be talking in case they don't know.
Hold on, did you talk?
Yeah, we know.
Some other items that we'd like you to keep an eye out for on your hunt today can be found on the walls, on the desks, tables, even in little corners of the room. Items such as resources hang on the walls for students to reference while they're working. A little graffiti on the walls. Student work samples. I can statements. QR codes for a quick reference. Easily accessible materials. And even a few funky furniture choices, some looking more like a living room than a classroom. Why do we do this, you may ask?
What I like about school is we have small groups, computers, and new seats. What I like about computers is that I get to do work on computers with technology and I don't have to use paper every day. Also, what I like about small groups is that you can cooperate and learn new things from your friends. What I like about seats is you get to be relaxed and calm and do your work quietly.
The big buzz around our building right now is the fact that the student devices have arrived. All students in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade received their HP Revolves last week, and while teachers and students are excited to explore their capabilities, we ask that you keep in mind that their use is still an evolution and a work in progress as we figure out exactly how to incorporate them into our classes. Well, we want to thank you for giving us your time this morning, and as you're moving about our building, please keep in mind a few reminders on etiquette. Please be respectful of the work that our teachers and students are doing. Remember to silence or place your cell phone on vibrate. At no time should you be taking photos of any students, as many of them are not permitted to be photographed or videotaped. And if you would like to conference with your child's teacher, contact them by phone or email in order to make an appointment. We also invite you to visit our school website to get updates on our new building being built that we will be moving into in the fall of 2016. Again, thank you for coming out. Be sure to return all of your scavenger hunt papers to the office in the marked box, and at the end of the week, we will be doing the drawing for the Kindle Fire. If you have not found every item on your scavenger hunt, don't worry, you'll still be entered. 1 entry per parent, though. Thank you and enjoy your day.